You know, the other night I was sitting by the window, sipping on a warm cup of tea, when my left calf suddenly tensed up like it was being squeezed by an invisible vice. If you've ever had a leg cramp sneak up on you in the middle of a calm moment, or worse, in the middle of the night, you know how jarring it can be. It's like your body is trying to send you a message, but it forgot to use words. Now, if you're over 60 like me, these little surprises from our bodies aren't all that rare. A cramp here, a wobble there, legs that just don't feel as steady or strong as they used to. It can feel like your body is slowly giving you hints that it needs a little more TLC, tender loving care, and sometimes that care starts with the tiniest things. Vitamins, not some trendy fad or miracle potion, but real nutrients that our bodies quietly rely on every single day. You see, as we age, our bodies don't absorb nutrients the same way. What we once got from a good meal may not be enough anymore. Muscles can weaken, circulation can slow, and suddenly, those once dependable legs of ours feel a little off balance. But here's the wonderful news. There are natural, gentle ways to help our legs feel stronger, more stable, and less prone to those frustrating cramps. And it all starts with what we give our bodies. So today, I want to have a heart-to-heart chat about 7 of the best vitamins that can help support leg strength and stop those annoying cramps from stealing your peace. And no, this isn't about turning back the clock or becoming a bodybuilder at 70. This is about feeling better, moving with more ease, and staying independent and confident. Whether you're walking around the house, gardening in the backyard, or enjoying a lovely stroll at sunset. Let's talk about the first one, and it's something many of us overlook. Vitamin D. You know how they say sunshine is good for the soul? Well, turns out it's pretty good for your legs too. Vitamin D is like a quiet helper in the background, working hard to keep your muscles strong and your bones sturdy. But here's the kicker. After 60, a lot of us just aren't getting enough of it. We stay indoors more, our skin doesn't absorb it as easily, and before you know it, our muscles start to feel a little weaker, our bones a little more brittle. I remember chatting with a friend who said she always felt more wobbly in winter. Turns out, she wasn't imagining it, her vitamin D levels were low. A simple test from her doctor and a gentle supplement made a huge difference. Now, she says she feels more stable when she walks, especially first thing in the morning. Isn't it amazing how something so small can have such a big impact? If you've been avoiding the sun, or live in a place that doesn't see much of it, talk to your doctor about getting your vitamin D levels checked. Sometimes just 10 to 15 minutes of gentle morning sunlight can help. And if you need a little extra boost, vitamin D3 is often the recommended form, especially for seniors. Now let's talk about something that might sound familiar if you've ever had your leg twist in the middle of the night. Magnesium. Ah yes, magnesium, the unsung hero of muscle relaxation. This little mineral plays a huge role in how our muscles contract and relax. Without enough magnesium, your muscles may spasm, cramp, or feel tense even when you're just trying to rest. I used to think those nighttime cramps were just part of getting older, something we had to deal with. But no. In many cases, it's your body whispering, "I need more magnesium." And the great thing is, there are so many ways to get it. Spinach, almonds, avocados, all simple, delicious foods that bring this mineral into your system. Or if eating's been a bit tricky lately, a gentle magnesium supplement might do the trick. One of our lovely viewers, Margaret from Florida, wrote in recently saying that adding a magnesium powder to her evening tea made her leg cramps disappear completely. Isn't that beautiful? Sometimes it's the little adjustments that give us the biggest relief. Now, if anything I've said so far has made you nod your head or think of someone you love who could use this info, I'd love it if you gave this video a like or even shared it with a friend. It really helps us spread the message to more wonderful folks who might be quietly struggling with the same things. So here we are, just getting started, and already we've touched on 2 simple, powerful helpers, vitamin D and magnesium. They're not glamorous. They don't make big headlines. But in the day-to-day life of a senior, they can mean the difference between waking up refreshed or waking up in pain, between steady steps and hesitant ones. And remember, it's never too late to care for your body. No matter where you are in your journey, there's always something you can do today that your future self will thank you for. Let's keep this conversation going. There's more I want to share with you. It's amazing how once we start paying attention to our bodies, they start talking back in the kindest ways. Maybe you're already thinking about stepping outside a little more for some sunshine, or picking up that bunch of leafy greens at the market with a new sense of purpose. That's the magic of small steps. They lead us toward better days. Now, speaking of what our bodies need, let's keep this going. There's another vitamin that plays a quiet but powerful role in how strong and steady we feel on our feet. And that's good old vitamin B12. B12 is like that dependable neighbor who doesn't say much, but who always shows up when it counts. It helps your nerves function properly and keeps your red blood cells healthy, two things that are absolutely essential if we want our legs to feel energized and balanced. When B12 levels drop, you might notice more than just tiredness. You might feel a little dizzy when you stand up. You might have that strange tingling sensation in your feet, or even feel like your steps aren't quite landing the way they used to. A dear friend of mine, Harold, he's 73 now, started having these off-balance moments when walking his dog. He chalked it up to aging at first, but eventually got his B12 checked. Turned out he was low, and a simple monthly injection from his doctor made a world of difference. These days, Harold's back to walking briskly, and even jokes that his Labrador has to work to keep up with him now. Here's the thing. As we get older, it becomes harder for our bodies to absorb B12 from food, especially if we take certain medications or have digestive issues. That's why this one is worth asking your doctor about. A simple blood test can tell you where you stand. And if you're low, there are options. Pills, sublingual drops, or even those monthly shots like Harold's. The important thing is not to ignore the signs, especially if your legs feel heavy, weak, or just not quite like they used to. Now let's turn our attention to something that often gets overlooked but is absolutely essential to the dance between our muscles and our nerves. Potassium. You've probably heard it mentioned in passing, maybe in a commercial for bananas or during a conversation about blood pressure. But potassium is more than just a nice to have. It's critical for smooth muscle function, and it plays a big role in preventing cramps. When your potassium levels dip too low, muscles can seize up, especially in your legs. You might wake up with a tight calf, or feel that sudden jolt when you're just relaxing on the couch. I still remember a call I got from my cousin Elaine, who's in her late 60s. She was frustrated with her nightly cramps and couldn't figure out what was going wrong. After some chatting, we realized she had switched to a low-sodium diet, good for her heart, but she had also cut out a lot of potassium-rich foods like sweet potatoes and yogurt without realizing it. Once she added a few of those back in, the cramps eased up noticeably. No fancy pills, no dramatic lifestyle changes, just listening to her body and making gentle shifts. It's these kinds of stories that remind me how connected everything is. What we eat, how we move, how we feel, it's all part of one big conversation our bodies are trying to have with us. And it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need a dozen supplements on your shelf or some rigid plan. Often it's just about being mindful, being kind to ourselves, and staying curious. And while we're on this journey together, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever experienced leg cramps or noticed a change in your leg strength over the years? Maybe you found something that really helped, whether it was a vitamin, a stretch, or a new daily habit. Would you share it in the comments below? Your story might just be the one that helps someone else feel better tomorrow. We're all in this together, and your voice matters more than you know. So far, we've talked about vitamin D for muscle and bone support, magnesium for muscle relaxation, B12 for nerve and energy health, and potassium for cramp prevention. Each one is like a puzzle piece in the bigger picture of leg strength and comfort. None of them are magic on their own, but together, they create a foundation of strength, stability, and resilience that can help us keep moving with confidence. And that's really the heart of all this, isn't it? Feeling confident in your own body. Trusting that your legs will carry you where you want to go, whether it's down the hall, around the garden, or across the dance floor at your granddaughter's wedding. I don't know about you, but I think that kind of freedom is worth fighting for, and the best part? It's absolutely within reach. Let's keep this going. Isn't it something how the body can whisper before it shouts? A little stiffness here, a tiny ache there. Maybe your morning walks aren't quite as brisk as they used to be, or you find yourself rubbing your calves more often during the evening news. These little signs, gentle as they may be, are often just your body asking for a little more care. And when we start answering that call with the right support, the results can feel like a fresh start. Now, let's talk about something that often flies under the radar but is so important as we age: vitamin E. Now, you might be thinking, vitamin E? Isn't that for skin or something? And yes, you're not wrong, it's great for the skin. But what many people don't realize is that vitamin E is also a powerful antioxidant that helps protect your muscles from damage, especially during physical activity. Think of it like this: every time you move, your muscles do work. That work creates tiny bits of stress, kind of like friction. Over time, that friction can wear on your tissues if you're not getting the nutrients your body needs to repair and protect. Vitamin E acts like a little bodyguard inside your cells, helping to fight off that wear and tear. One of the most beautiful things about vitamin E is how it supports circulation. And as we age, good circulation is like gold. It brings oxygen and nutrients right where they're needed, down to your legs and feet, helping you stay strong and steady. I remember my neighbor Miss Lillian, she's 81 now and just as sharp as a tack, once told me, "Honey, I don't mind slowing down, but I do mind losing my independence." For her, a big part of that meant staying on her feet without feeling weak or wobbly. After a checkup revealed she was low in antioxidants, her doctor recommended a gentle boost of vitamin E through diet and a low-dose supplement. Within a couple of months, she said her legs didn't feel like tired noodles anymore. She even went back to tending her rose bushes, thorns and all. If you're wondering how to get more vitamin E, it's actually found in some delicious places: almonds, sunflower seeds, spinach, and even avocados. And if your doctor recommends a supplement, just make sure it's the natural kind, labeled as D-alpha tocopherol, which is easier for your body to use. And speaking of protection and performance, we can't forget calcium. Yes, good old calcium. You've likely heard it mentioned time and again for strong bones, and that's absolutely true. But did you know it also plays a direct role in muscle contraction? That's right, your muscles need calcium just to move. Every step, every stretch, every lift and bend, it all involves calcium behind the scenes. As we grow older, calcium becomes a bit harder for the body to hold on to. Our bones begin to thin, and that means we have to be extra mindful about giving our body what it needs, especially to prevent falls and fractures. But here's the part many people miss: low calcium can also trigger muscle cramps. If you've ever had a sudden cramp in your thigh or foot and thought, "Where did that come from?" Low calcium might have been the culprit. Now, calcium doesn't work alone. It's kind of like the lead dancer in a ballroom routine. It needs a good partner to shine. And that partner is vitamin D. That's why, when you're thinking about supporting your legs and bones, it's helpful to think in pairs: calcium and vitamin D, working together to keep your frame strong and your movements smooth. A lovely woman I met at a senior wellness seminar once told me she thought her leg cramps were just part of getting older. But when she started eating more calcium-rich foods, like yogurt and leafy greens, and pairing it with short daily walks in the morning sun, her cramps all but vanished. She told me, "It was like my body finally got what it was missing, and it thanked me." Isn't that something? The human body really wants to feel good. It just needs the right building blocks and a little patience. And let me say this, from one friend to another: please don't ever feel discouraged if you're not where you want to be right now. Whether you've been struggling with leg pain, dealing with weakness, or just feeling unsure of where to start, know this: every small effort counts. One new vitamin, one short walk, one choice to stretch instead of sit. They all add up, and over time they create momentum. And that momentum? That's where real change lives. Now, if you've been finding this video helpful so far, I'd love to gently invite you to subscribe to our Everyday Seniors channel. It helps us keep creating these heartfelt, helpful videos just for you, and it also makes sure you won't miss any of the new tips we share each week. Plus, you'll be joining a community of folks just like you, smart, curious, and full of life, who believe that age is something to celebrate, not fear. You've come this far with me, and I'm so proud of you for that. Staying informed, staying open, it's one of the greatest gifts you can give to yourself. And it tells me that you're not done growing, learning, or becoming even stronger. Let's keep walking forward together. Now, I don't know about you, but sometimes it's the little things that make the biggest difference. A light stretch in the morning, a warm cup of tea before bed, a neighbor's smile. Those small acts of care and consistency go a long way. And when it comes to leg strength and cramp relief, there are a few overlooked vitamins and minerals that quietly work in the background. But boy, do they make a difference when we start giving them the attention they deserve. Let's talk about one that might surprise you, vitamin B12. Think of B12 as the spark that keeps your engine humming. It helps maintain nerve function and supports red blood cell production. Two things that play a huge role in how your legs feel and perform. When B12 runs low, you might notice tingling, numbness, or just a general heaviness in your legs. And unfortunately, as we get older, our bodies don't absorb B12 from food as efficiently as they used to. Have you ever stood up and felt like your legs were sluggish to respond, like they missed the memo that it's time to move? That could be your body waving a little flag saying, "Hey, I could use some help down here." Foods like eggs, dairy, fish, and fortified cereals can help. But in many cases, especially for folks over 60, a supplement might be the most reliable way to keep B12 at healthy levels. And here's the good news. When your B12 levels improve, many people report that their energy perks up too. That's no coincidence. More energy means more movement, and more movement keeps your legs in shape and reduces cramps over time. It's a beautiful cycle once it gets going. Now let's shift gears to a powerhouse mineral that doesn't always get the spotlight it deserves. Zinc. You might think of zinc as the cold and flu mineral, but it does much more than that. Zinc is essential for muscle repair and inflammation control. When you've been walking, gardening, or even standing for longer than usual, your muscles need zinc to bounce back. A lot of seniors unknowingly have low zinc levels, especially if their diets are a bit light on meat or legumes. But the effects sneak up slowly: longer recovery times after activity, a bit of soreness that lingers too long, or legs that just don't feel as ready as they once did. And here's where the zinc story gets really interesting. It works hand in hand with magnesium and calcium. Remember those from earlier? To help your muscles contract and relax properly. So even if you're getting enough of the others, without zinc in the mix, the recipe just isn't complete. This reminds me of something one of our Everyday Seniors viewers shared in an email. Her name is Rose, and she's 73. She told me how she'd been waking up almost nightly with calf cramps so bad, she had to swing her legs out of bed and walk them off just to fall asleep again. Sound familiar? After speaking with her doctor and adding a small dose of B12 and zinc to her routine, the difference was night and day within just a few weeks. She said it felt like her body had finally exhaled. I just love stories like that. And that brings me to something I think we all need to be reminded of now and then: you're not stuck. Even if you've been dealing with these leg issues for years, even if you've tried a few things that didn't work, it doesn't mean your body can't heal or feel better. Sometimes, it's just about finding the missing puzzle piece, and that's what this journey is all about. Now, I'd really love to hear from you. Have you ever tried B12 or zinc for leg cramps or energy? Did it help? Maybe you've got a tip or story to share that could help someone else watching right now. Go ahead and share it in the comments. We're building a real community here, and your voice matters more than you know. Alright friend, I know we've covered quite a bit already, and I hope you're feeling a little more empowered with every new piece of information. You're doing something wonderful for your health just by showing up here, staying curious, and staying kind to yourself. Let's keep this going, shall we? As we've been sitting together and talking about leg strength and those pesky cramps, I keep thinking about something my father used to say. He'd lean back in his chair, smile that soft smile of his, and say, "If you take care of your body, it'll take care of you." It didn't mean much to me when I was younger, but now? Oh, how true it rings. Our legs have carried us through so many seasons. Running after children, dancing at weddings, walking through the everyday beauty of life. And now, in this season, they still deserve that same care and attention. They may ask for a bit more help than before, but with the right nutrients and gentle support, they can keep doing what they were made to do, carry you with grace. We've talked about powerful allies like magnesium, calcium, potassium, vitamin D, and B12. We added zinc to the mix, and we explored how hydration, movement, and even small changes in daily habits can give your legs, and your whole body, a new lease on life. But more than anything, I hope you've come away with a reminder that your well-being matters. That there's always something you can do to feel a little stronger, a little steadier, a little more like you again. You see, leg cramps or weakness don't just come out of nowhere. They're your body's way of whispering, "Hey, can we check in?" And when we pause to listen and respond with kindness, maybe it's a supplement, maybe it's a better breakfast, maybe it's just a stretch before bed, we're telling our body, "I'm still with you. I've got your back." I've had conversations with so many wonderful people in our everyday seniors community who once felt hopeless about their pain or fatigue. They thought they just had to live with it. But then they took one small step, started taking magnesium regularly, or added a B-complex vitamin to their day, and everything shifted. Not all at once, but little by little they felt better. More energy in the morning, less pain at night. And with each improvement, their confidence grew. That's the beauty of this stage of life. We may not move as fast, but we move with more intention. We've got wisdom on our side. And that wisdom says, it's never too late to start caring for yourself in new ways. So, if anything we've talked about today resonated with you, even just one tip, I want to encourage you to hold on to it. Try it. Give it a week or two. See how your legs respond, how your energy shifts, how your spirit lifts when your body feels just a little more supported. And before I go, I want to thank you, truly, for spending this time with me. These conversations aren't just videos. They're connections. They're part of something bigger. A movement of seniors choosing wellness, choosing hope, choosing joy. If this video has helped you in any way, I'd be so grateful if you gave it a like. Maybe share it with a friend or loved one who's been struggling with the same issues. Let's spread the knowledge and the kindness together. And hey, if you haven't already, I'd love for you to subscribe to the Everyday Seniors channel. We've got more conversations just like this coming your way, gentle guidance, heartfelt advice, and the kind of health wisdom that's made just for you. So here's to you, your strength, your growth, and your journey. Whether you're 60, 70, 80, or beyond, remember, every day is a new chance to care for yourself in a deeper, more loving way. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, here's to living your best life at any age.
Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. It truly means a lot. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with a friend or loved one who might benefit. And leave a comment below. We love hearing your thoughts and experiences. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest tips and uplifting advice for living your best life at any age. Now, if you're ready for more wisdom and encouragement, just click the video that's on your screen right now. It's packed with even more insights made just for you. Take care, stay positive, and we'll see you in the next one.